Hello everyone, and welcome back to
Welcome,
another one of
speak.
my Let's Plays.
Very well, then taken.
This is going to be episode 10. I am James, also known as Red Scare Rex. And we just defeated Vort, so we're going to spend some of his souls real
Farewell,
quick.
I should make.
You notice I'm a little bit short for my next level. This is my opinion, but it's the best use for any of your soul items. If you're ever just short of a level, pop in a soul item. It's the best way to get to the next level. It means that you're not going to have too much left over. It's free to lose if you ever die, and it means that you're going to have enough to level up, and that could make all the difference in the world. Just a little tip in there. So you can see I overdid it by a little bit. I wanted to make sure. But let's put them to good use, because I actually have some plans. I'm not going to stick with this deep axe anymore. So we're actually going to look into maybe a better weapon. Let's see. The kite shield, it only raises the stability up 1 point, but the longsword... And you see I've already upgraded my deep axe +1. I actually regretted that almost immediately. The deep axe is the dark scaling in this game, and unlike Occult or Dark in Dark Souls 1 and 2 respectively, it actually doesn't scale with any of your stats, so keep that in mind for you vets out there who've, you know, been through some shit and know how things goes in the previous games. I'm going to put something in longsword. I recommend the longsword. Yeah, it's not too flashy, but it is hell of an effective weapon. It's versatile, it's got some good arcs to it whenever you swing it left and right, and its stabbing motion is quick and usually has some pretty good range, and charging it now is actually super effective, so overall it's a pretty good idea. Alright, so I got a Sunlight medal in the last fight. It's a medal received by members of the Warrior of the Sunlight for victory in the final foe when summoned. The summoner also gains the same medal. The medal engraved with this holy symbol of the sun is slightly warm and reminds one of the great honor of a shared victory. So I got this after one of the Vort fights that I helped out with. One of my fellow summonees, my fellow cooperators, got it. Alright, here's the soul. Soul of Vort of the Boreal Valley, one of the twisted souls steeped in strength, used to acquire many souls transposed to exact its true strength. Vort served as an outrider knight, never far from the fleeting dancer. Now, if you guys watched to the end of my last video, you actually got to see that dancer. Not sure how yet to unlock them. Unlock that secret boss. It looks like a secret boss. But I'm assuming you do something in the cathedral. Here's some upgrade items, not really much lore on it, except they are fragments of the legendary slabs. And then here's the small Lothric banner. Small banner held by the Lothric messengers. Hold up to the outside of the main castle gate to be greeted by an escort. When high on the wall appeared, the path to the Undead Settlement was blocked, and the messengers came bearing this banner. They were sent out with a duty, but had no way of returning. Alright, so we're going to be able to look for these messengers, and hopefully they'll be able to take us to the next area. A well-crafted straight sword designed for thrusting attacks wielded by the venerable Knights of Lothric. The Knights of Lothric, with their drakes, once crushed anything that threatened their shores. Of course, that was a long time ago. But it's still Lothric. Does that mean that there's no wars anymore? And then the drakes is also another question. Also designed for thrusting. Steadfast, yeah. It's pretty much the same description as a sword. The Lothric Knights contended with dragons, and their shields have suitably high lightning absorption befitting a dragon slayer's arms. Don't know too many dragons who breathe lightning. I know a lot of drakes do, but they said that they fought alongside drakes against dragons. So a lot of this stuff is actually contradicting itself, it would seem. But yeah, it's interesting that they fought alongside drakes. Here's the Lucerne. In Demon Souls, that was called the Noob Stick. It's a really good weapon if you guys are just starting out and you want something with a lot longer range than what you're given at the start. Even compared to the spear, it's generally better. Nothing new from Crestfallen. But yeah, it's interesting that they fought against dragons alongside drakes. Usually they're not known to fight each other. A lot of this lore is giving me a lot more questions than answers, and I hope we get these answers later on. So you get that banner if you're wondering how. If you go right across from the Vort boss room, there's the cathedral, and there's this really creepy lady in there that never really strikes me really well. She's the high priestess of the Lothric Chapel, or the Lothric Cathedral, and she gives you that and tells you to go fight Vort. I mentioned her in the last video. She's the one who actually outs Vort as a beast, or a dog. I think she calls him a hound or something. He doesn't really look like it. You know, he holds a mace pretty similar to a human, but at the same time he's got a lot of fur coming out of his armor, so I'm thinking he used to be human, but has since turned beast out of how many people he's slain, maybe? I don't think you have to equip it. I'm just seeing my armor. The Night Helm is actually really strong in this game as well, and it's I can still fast roll, so. I like this camera change too. Yeah, I don't know. There we go. I like that a little better. Raise the banner. It's easy, you don't have to fight anyone in the chapel, so don't worry about it. Not yet, at least. And it's interesting, he's so bestial, yet he's never too far from the dancer, and if you guys watched that video, that dancer was far from bestial. In fact, it was one of the more graceful enemies I've ever seen in a Souls game. If they were down there, how did they see me raise the banner? Ooh. Okay, these are the Bat Demons from Dark Souls, which are almost exact copies of the gargoyles for Demon Souls. This is a common theme to be carried off to a new area by these creatures. You'll eventually have to fight them, but if you have the right items, or if you've proven yourself worthy, they'll actually respect you quite a bit, and they'll bring you places that you need to go. This is the Undead Settlement. And you could already see the archer at the top of that tower firing off arrows. I'm assuming we'll get to that later. Hopefully that's not something I have to deal with the whole area, like old Yarnum was in Dead. I'm thinking that's probably a player. Okay, so if you look at these ramparts, there's not much up here. I've been told that there's an NPC that you can meet here. But I've also been told this NPC has like a level range to him, so I would do some research by yourself if you wanted to find him out. Alright, so we're just moving right along. Looks like a gate, no items in sight yet. But yeah, the Drake thing bothers me, and the fact that she sends you here, and there is an ambush immediately, makes me a little skeptical of her intentions. Twofer! You're welcome. You're welcome? No? Nothing? Alright guys, I don't do this for the fan club. But are you even there? No. He's not all there. But they're not even there enough to open the gate and attack the people who keep sending dogs at them. I'm assuming this isn't the first time. You guys are both hollow. What do you guys have against each other? That's so rude. Alright, so we actually got a lot of summon signs here, at least 3 colors. That was a Sunbro. That's just a regular one. That purple one I've never seen before. That must be new. And very interesting. Yeah, Techno Duck. Yeah, these are player characters. I'll leave the gate open just in case. Firebomb. Notice there was a green dot next to the item when I picked it up. They're introducing an inventory system like we had in Bloodborne, where you're only allowed to carry a certain number of any sort of special item, and the rest goes to your bottomless box, which you can actually access just